Rochester Winter Parafest is back, March 25th, 26th, and 27th of 2022. Come say hi to Naked and Afraid celebrities Melanie Elizabeth and Trent Nielsen, Haunted Case Files Jack Kenna, Monster Quest Steve Coles, and more. This event has it all: paranormal investigators, UFO researchers, Bigfoot researchers, and even photo opportunities for the kids with Buddy the Bigfoot. Oh, okay, adults too. Come on down and get a tattoo from Ink Master Tony DeVille. There are psychic gallery and individual readings, as well as radio personalities, authors, jewelry, makeup artists, and so much more. It's only $15 per person, and children under 10 are free. March 25th, 26th, and 27th of 2022. For more information, go to WLFE-DB.com. Yes, Winter Parafest is back. Valley Oak Event Center, Geneseo, New York, next to Denny's. Welcome to Modern Femme-ily with your host and resident lesbian, Cassie. Join her and our resident LGBTQIA+ ally, Molly, as they talk to women of all walks of life to discuss everyday matters of a woman's world. Join these lovely beauties every Friday at 8 p.m. to talk about hot topics, sensitive topics, but most of all, the real topics.
There we go. Hello, my awesome humans. How are you? Cassie here, Modern Femme-ily. Welcome. Happy Friday. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm glad it's Friday. I think I say that every week, but it's Friday. Yay! Anyway, welcome to Modern Femme-ily. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WLFE-DB Radio, and I just actually figured out, and we were supposed to be doing this, but I finally figured it out with some help, how to convert our vodcast where you can find podcasts. So if you're not looking at our beautiful faces, you can hear our lovely voices anywhere you can find your podcasts. So real quick, want to make sure we give everybody the fair warning. We are an adult show. So I may look like a lady, but my favorite word happens to start with an F and end with a K. It's one of my favorite 4-letter words. So here's your chance to lock those kiddos in the bathroom, or better yet, grab your favorite drink, lock yourself in the bathroom, and join us for the next hour while we chat. So this week, you may see my background looks a little different, and I'm not introducing my co-host. Well, Molly is actually at a camp this week, so today she took the day off, so I hope you're having fun. Love you, miss you, but please enjoy your time off. And I'm in a different room in my house. There's a reason for that. So I have two very special guests with me tonight, but where I set up, there's not enough room. Room for one only. So you're in my living room, and I'm in yours, or wherever you may be watching. If you're my wife, you're still in the bedroom. She's been exiled. So a few warnings with me, my new location. I have cats. Love them to death. They are assholes. So if you happen to see one pop up over here, it's because they sit in the window and they watch the groundhog that lives under my shed. But it happens. Hot mess. Real life. My dog, who love him to death, one of my guests, and my other guests as well, but one of my guests in particular is one of his favorite people in the entire world. So hopefully he stays quiet and is a good boy, but if he starts to whine, no alarm. He's just, wanting to get out and hang out. But he takes up too much room on this couch. So we're going to keep him in his pen for the evening so we don't get distracted. But anyway, I want to bring my two super special guests out tonight. So last week we talked about my coming out story. Real quick, I also want to say your girl's an idiot, because remember how I said a few weeks ago I'll figure out how to get those comments up on the screen so everybody can see them? It's that easy. Literally. All I had to do was click them. Hi, honey. Bonjour from banishment. You're not banished. You're more than welcome to be on the show, but you don't want to be on the show. So I kindly ask that you go to the bedroom. That way, I don't bother you. You don't bother me. And you can comment your little heart's desire away. But anyway. So last week, we talked about my coming out story. And it is the last Friday that we have for Pride Month. I mean, every year is Pride Month. I am very out and proud, and I am who I am. I make no apologies for it. Love me, hate me. It's up to you. I like me. So, but I wanted to end the Pride Month because I am extremely blessed and extremely lucky to have amazing people, especially women in my life, who love and support me for who I am. So I wanted to end the Pride Month on getting their opinion. You know, what was it like for them when I came out? You know, what was it like when, you know, going to a gay wedding? You know, I mean, honestly, it was just like every other wedding, but it was two women getting married. You know, what if someone asks them, you know, about their relative who is gay? You know, how do they handle that? You know, and did they have any inkling that I was gay? Because I'm just me bopping around in the world doing my own thing, you know, being goofy. That's me. But so I wanted to pick their brains a little bit. So I'm going to stop yapping because I could sit here and talk all night long, but I would rather talk to them. So I'm going to bring out my mother. This is Kim.
Hi, everyone.
And her sister, my aunt, Trudy.
Hi.
So yes, we are a little, you know, we love each other, but we had to find somewhere that we all fit. And my IT tech support was definitely on point tonight. If it weren't for the wife, I don't know what we would be doing or where we would be doing. We'd probably be sitting on the floor, just, you know, gal talking it up. It is what it is. But so I want to kick it off. Like, my first question to you guys. What was your initial reaction? You know, Mom, I talked last week. You know, I was outed to you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you were.
I, you know, initially didn't come out right away. It was what, 4 years later?
Something like that, yeah.
But I moved away, not for said person. I just happened to move to be with friends and kind of, you know, my dad was a very well-known person, you know, in the community, and my mom was right along with him, and my family, I grew up in a town about this big, so everybody knew everybody. So I was like, I'm going to go and live in a big city and find myself. So what was your initial reaction when I called you sobbing in tears and was like, I'm gay, I know, you know, I'm sorry?
Well, my first initial thought when you called me crying was, oh my God, I'm like 3 hours away. What am I to do? You know, I could get in the car and go, but it was, you know, me and driving into cities I don't know where I'm at wouldn't have been a good thing. It would have taken me 8 hours to get there instead of 3.
She'd be like, could you meet me halfway?
Yeah, I've done that. I did not have a problem with you coming out to me as gay. Like you said, I was kind of told several years prior by my best friend.
Loudmouth.
And we love you. We love you a lot.
Right. Absolutely.
But I just want you to be happy, you know, and whatever makes you happy will make me happy. So,
what about you?
True. That, yeah, Kim, you stole my thunder there, because that is exactly what I was going to say. We want you to be happy. And Cassie, I can say when we're at family gatherings, since you've come out with the family, you are a much happier person.
yes.
Being yourself.
Yes.
Because before you didn't appear happy.
Right.
And that made me sad.
Yeah.
because
I'm gonna cry on this episode, just
Yeah.
FYI.
I'm hoping I don't get there. But you know what every mother or aunt wants for their daughter or niece is for them to be happy.
Right.
And watching your coming out story, I couldn't watch it live. I'm sorry, but I did watch it, and I called you out on some things.
She sure did.
I did. Because I don't know if this is like a conversation for later, but I think I knew before you did.
Yeah.
Or I had an inkling before you, because
Right.
you were explaining when you realized it in your story, and I'm watching and I'm like, well, geez, I knew before that. And but again, we just it didn't really come as a surprise to me. And we just want you to be happy.
Yes.
And you are happy.
Very happy.
You are
You
very
can
happy. So
definitely say
that makes me happy.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah, it's funny. She mentioned she had an inkling before I officially came out. And it's funny because we were talking, earlier this week when I was prepping them to, come hang out with me for an hour. And we were talking and she goes, yeah, I knew before you moved away. And I said, Aunt Trudy, I dated Reese before I moved away. She goes, oh. Well, okay.
Makes sense.
But at that time I was super in the closet. Like I worked at a gay bar, but I had so many gay friends that it wasn't unheard of. I just happened to work at the gay bar and hung out with the drag queens, and that was my shtick. And so I was super, super in the closet. I actually think my older brother was the first person, like family-wise, to officially be told. And again, I was outed in that scenario as well by a roommate who hung himself out the window while I was sitting on the front porch with my now wife. And he says, hey, your sister's a lesbian. So the whole neighborhood at that point knew if they didn't. And my brother goes, okay, here's your food. Like that was the end of the conversation. But yeah, so I was super uber in the closet at that point. And, it was hard, and I totally understand. Like, I get it. I was there. It's hard to come out. Even when you have, super understanding and accepting and loving family members, it's still hard, so not everyone is blessed that way. But that's why I wanted to bring these two on the show. So, kind of touching off of what you said about having an inkling before I came out. So, you've known me for 34 years.
Yes, I have.
And we met shortly after. I was born in Germany, so it took them a little while to come over.
Can I say it?
Yes, absolutely.
I knew on March 31st that she was born on April 1st.
She did.
I say it every year. Every year on March 31st, I wish her a happy birthday.
Yes, she does. And I have another friend, actually, it's weird because he texts me on March 31st and wishes me a happy birthday in German.
Nice.
And then he'll text me on April 1st and wish me a happy birthday, usually at midnight. I'm like, dude, I'm so not awake. I am an old lady. I get up at the butt crack of dawn.
You used to be awake at midnight.
I did. Very, very much so. And if I didn't have to get up, with the sun now and be a responsible adult, I would probably still be up at the ass crack of midnight. But, we grow up. I digress. But, so yeah, she's known me my entire life. Were there any things that you can think of, like, going back? And you could say no, like, that's fine. But anything that you look back now and you go, huh, it makes sense. I get it now.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
No?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, really. I mean, when you moved away, I just thought it was for you to figure out yourself what you wanted to do with your life But
No.
no, no.
I was definitely a tomboy growing up.
Yeah.
There was a lot of times I remember as a child, all I wanted to do was wear sweatpants.
Yes.
I
Kim get her out of them.
now, like, I'm the kind of person that's like, I'm not gonna go to Sheets and get, MTO and sweatpants. No. I mean, I a little better now with our lovely COVID, but I'm now you can't get me to wear sweatpants unless I'm lounging on the couch. But I tried to play baseball, got hit in the eye by the coach with like the first pitch as my tryout, so that didn't work. Yeah, I danced, so that was very and I'm a very feminine woman, but that wasn't a indicator of anything. Real quick, I want to give a couple of shout outs. So sorry guys, I gotta get up in here because I gotta reach the thing. Hello. Thanks for watching. Hey Ted, thanks for tuning in. Hello. Thank you so much for watching. Robert says, hi Ted. Reese says, oh, she went back to talking about my brother when I came out. She says, then he let me drive his car. So real quick, my brother wouldn't even let me drive his car. Like, that was his baby. And I could be thinking of his second car. I think you're talking about the purple Camaro. His first Camaro, he rebuilt like everything. And this bitch wouldn't let me drive it at all. I learned how to drive stick to drive his car. And he was like, no, you're not driving my car. Well, fine. Love you too, brother. But so thinking of other things that may have been, I'm going to slide back a little bit so we can all get in. Other things that, I hung out with the boys. Like, I always had a boyfriend all through high school. I had a solid boyfriend. Same boyfriend. Just throwing it out there. But yeah, I don't know. It's just one of the boys. I hung out with my brother's friends. It was easier. Girls can be bitches. And we shouldn't be. But unfortunately, we are. And that's why our show is about building women up and fixing their crowns when their head is down and, that kind of thing. We definitely don't want this to be a negative Nancy bitch session. Even though sometimes we can, get our bitch on. That's cool. But anyway, I'm going to get off topic because I could talk about anything with these two. So I'm going to check my notes because I wrote down questions for them. So when I came out, and like even now, in the society that we live in, women are under fire quite a bit. So as a gay woman, do you have any concerns, about, my life? And the fact that, Reese and I are married and we want to have a family and, oh, you're fine. Or, just anything in general with me being a gay woman. Like, do you have any worries, fears, concerns?
I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I worry for your safety, depending on where you're going and what you'll be doing. Of course, I think as a mom, I would worry no matter where you went,
Right.
But yeah, sometimes I do get a little concerned with your safety. And as you know, my rules and have forgotten lately.
I blame the wife. She forgets everything. It rubs off. It's not my fault.
Let me know when you're leaving. Let me know when you make it there. Let me know when you're heading home. Let me know when you get home. I don't care if it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. You text me. I get it in the morning because I get up at the ass crack of dawn.
You get up in the middle of the night. Don't sugarcoat that. You get up in the middle of the night. So.
Well, I don't know. What can I say?
No, I know you said like you worry about my safety and certain things, and honestly, I worry about that too. I said before, like I like going to pride events and I like going to like amusement parks and where there are a bunch of crowds, but crowds tend to make me nervous. Like more recently, just because of everything that goes on. So. When hot Hot mess right out the window.
Oh my gosh, Cassie.
Um,
You're not that old. You're not that old.
No, but I blame my wife. I'm telling you.
All right.
It's easier that way. And she's not on camera. She can't fight for herself. Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway,
Okay.
how about you, Trudy?
I don't have concerns. I think that people today are more open to the LGBTQIA community. I said that right. I think they're more open to the LGBTQIA community than they were 5 years ago.
Absolutely.
A lot more than 10 years ago. If we were having this conversation 5 to 10 years ago, I would have more concerns.
Yeah.
Especially, you want to have a family, and kids can be cruel. Kids can be cruel. So,
Yes.
I guess maybe that would be a concern because kids can be cruel.
Yeah.
And, they would say to your son or daughter, they might say, well, you have two moms.
Right.
But that's becoming more accepted now. Two
Yeah.
moms or two dads, whichever
Yep.
the case may be. It is becoming more accepted. I feel that, as I talk about you, because I am not quiet about it, I can remember your wedding. I'm like, oh, my niece is getting married. And then I went into work and I'm like, look at her wife. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, she's a lesbian. but my work family, they didn't bat an eyelash.
Right.
So, and I would never be ashamed of you. I wasn't embarrassed or ashamed to say, oh yeah, she married a woman. So I, was just as excited about your wedding if it would have been with a man or a woman. I'm glad, again, we want you to be happy. So, we were excited about all that, but one of the biggest concerns would be kids are cruel. And if they're not raised, and I'm sorry, I might offend people, but if they're not raised by the right type of parents, they're going to have the wrong views.
Yeah.
Yes. So then that would be taught to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not everybody's as perfect as we are.
I know, right?
I mean, perfect kind of runs in our family.
That would be my only concern.
Yeah.
You are a strong woman, and I don't have concerns for you or for Reese. But it would be the little one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting picked on at school because they have two moms.
Yeah. Well, and, being that we live in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, I'll be the first to say we live in a very conservative area.
Yes.
And it'll be hard, and, our children will go to the same school that you guys went to,
Mm-hmm.
So while we're progressing, it is definitely still a concern, and this mom and bear don't play.
No.
So
She learned that from your mama bear.
Exactly. Like Reese and I were actually talking about it the other day. We will literally set up a pride dance party. Like I'll call a friend who, is a DJ and be like, I'm going to need you to come set up a dance party. Cause I mean, what are you going to say about, a protest at the dance party on the front lawn of the school? Like, we're not doing anything. We're having a good time. But like, that's one thing I don't play. And, while I'm not going to, go in and tell some parent how to parent their children, I'm not going to parent shame. However, education is key.
Yes.
Definitely. And it's my job, I feel, to help educate everybody, in the sense of Reese and I fight about the same things that, a heterosexual couple would fight about. Who's going to do the dishes? Who's going to take the dog outside? Who's, anything and everything that you would think of a normal couple to disagree on or to have discussions on. We're just like everybody else. We just happen to both be women, So I want to dig into some of these comments real quick. I see them pouring in and I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you guys so much. Ted says starts at home. 110%, Ted.
Yes.
If hatred is being taught and preached and, pushed in a home, what do you expect? It comes from us, and raising younger generations. It takes a village, honestly, and it starts at home for sure. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Ted also said great support system. That's awesome. Yeah. Family.
Thank you.
Family for rent. Anybody need family? They'll be. My mom was, the house mom for all my friends in school. So.
And I always have a hug to give.
Yeah.
Always.
So, I mean, not going to charge you free of charge. You can always get, a mom or an aunt hug. I have uncles and a stepdad. They always give hugs too. So anybody's welcome. Ted, next time you're in the area, let me know. We'll have a cookout. We'll have a good old time.
We'll have a hug party.
There we go. Hug party for everybody. Robert says, yes, kids can be cruel. So mean. And it's horrible. I hate to see it. And I've seen it with like my own friends' kids. Something will fall out of their mouths. And what did you say? I go into mama bear mode. And thankfully, it's a really good friend of ours. And she's like, parent them. If you have them with you, they're yours. Parent them as you see fit. And he gets lectured quite a bit because he's a 14-year-old boy and he thinks he knows everything in the world. Thump him on his nugget. Just bop him.
I think it's a respect thing that you need to teach your kids too. I've always taught my boys, now men.
Yeah.
You respect everyone, and it goes with, the LGBTQIA community to different races, to different jobs. The CEO is just as important as the janitor. You respect everyone, and you treat everyone the same.
Yes.
In hopes that you get respect back. And if you get your respect back, they're the people you need to be with.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep. And you hit it on the nail on the head. I treat where I work, I treat my VP the exact same way that I treat the person who empties a trash can. Exact same way, because
we all put our pants on the same way.
Thank you. Exactly. We all get dressed the exact same way. Mom, you're sinking down over there.
I know.
Where are you going?
Oh, I'm short to start with, so that don't help.
Yeah. But it's, you get out of the world what you put out, you get it back.
Yes.
And I'm not about, even when I have a shitty day, I may be yelling and, the wife's like, what are you yelling at? I'm like, nothing. I don't ever intentionally treat someone unkind or take something out on them, because you don't know what I'm fighting in my inner demons, and I sure as hell don't know what you're fighting. And I would never want to make someone feel a certain type of way, ever. So I can't keep up with Hollis and Reese, and they're talking about San Diego and out west, and I'm like, I want to go out west.
I can't even see them.
I can't read them. I need to get a little closer
I'm
to read them.
and I don't want to get that close.
I'll have to rewatch this.
Yeah,
and
I'll
read
have to
them
watch it
later.
back. See how silly I truly look.
Yeah.
But I'm so thankful to everyone who tuned in and is watching and is commenting. Like, you have no idea how much that makes my heart happy. I've loved our past guests who were Brad and Abby Taylor, which I don't think I've mentioned. And Trudy and them share a last name,
Bradley's my baby.
And we're actually, hopefully have her other baby and his wife on the show at some point as well. They are both allies. I was just getting pictures shown of a picnic they were at before. Reese, Mom just saw, I'm putting it up there. Mom just saw your comment. She's sitting on a pillow now. There you go. Well, I have a phone book in my office. You want that too?
We might need that.
Oh, that's great. Oh, hi, Amber. Yes, I saw your comment last week just as we were wrapping up the show. I don't know if you caught the beginning of the show. As you said, you're just getting home usually when we're wrapping up. I didn't know how to put the comments up on the screen anyway until after the show last week. Molly and I were wrapping up, and I said, I really want to figure out how to do this. So I clicked and held, and it popped up on the screen, and I was like, you're an idiot. Said, well, I figured it out. Ta-da! But hey, Amber, it's been forever. I'm so glad you've joined. And it, glad you're here and talking it up for the last day of Pride with us. But so it is that time of the night. It is 8:30. You both were like, are we going to be able to have enough to talk about? What do you think?
I have more things to say. I do.
Yeah.
I
We
do.
probably talk several hours.
I do. So, but by the sounds of it, we might need to take a little break. But hopefully, I have time to talk when we come back.
Well, so here's the blessing of being on the network that we are in the show. So we are a women's show ran by women. Well, our show ran by women, and we talk about women issues. So we could just have another party, and maybe we could do a setup. We are all vaccinated. We're all safe. We're staying away from COVID. She's a bitch. Go back under your rock. Maybe we'll have Molly come down, and we'll just all.
That's one of the things we need to talk about is Molly, and she's not even here. But...
I know.
Okay.
But yes, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we will come back and finish up our episode. So we will see you guys in a minute.
WLFE Digital Network is now on digital television. If you're into ghosts, Bigfoot, UFOs, and the creepy, then WLFE has a TV channel for you, Paranormal View. Watch all of your favorite WLFE video talk shows on one channel. Shows like Paratalk Radio, Step Into the Paranormal, Skeptical Help Bar, The Creepy Parlor, and more. Looking for something else? Do you support the LGBTQ plus community? WLFE has brought all of their LGBTQ shows like Inside the Drag Closet, Everything Yet Nothing, Across the Pond, and Rainbow Soul all into one place. A new TV channel called LGBTQ Friends. The third channel is Variety Unlimited. Here you'll find a wide variety of talk shows you know and love, like Just Cindy, Card Pulls and Coffee, Real Talk with Dom, The Bipolar DM, Meet the Author, and Movie Review 5. The best part of watching these shows is that they're all available to watch at one location, one website, WLFE-DB.com.
You are listening to WLFE-DBradio.com, where our shows are your shows.
Listen to the WLFE-DB podcast, available on Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check out shows like Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and Step Into the Paranormal. Now, on to your favorite podcast app.
This is Dominic Santasero with Real Talk with Dom. You are listening to WLFE-DBradio.com, where our shows are your shows.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Cassie DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Bree, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area at 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Oh, yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFE-DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab and bam, there you go. You got merch. Support the shows. WLFE-DB.com. You're listening to WLFE-DB Radio. Now back to our program.
Hello, everybody. Let me scoot over a little bit. So, welcome back to Modern Femme-ily. My name is Cassie. I'm your resident lesbian. This is my mom, Kim.
Hi.
So just a real quick preface to the second half of the show. My mom asked me if I had tissues. So just a little disclaimer. I don't know what she's going to say. We're going to bring Aunt Trudy back here in a few minutes as well. But I was told on our commercial break, they had things to say. I was like, okay. And you guys were worried that, you wouldn't have anything to say.
Well, we had a week to figure it out.
Well, this is true. You did have
Not
a
me.
week. And if you heard Aunt Trudy in the background, she says, not me. So, but I'm going to leave it up to my mom. Real quick, I'm going to put our banner up. I forgot to put that up earlier, if I can find it. Or our scroll, our ticker. Hold on. There it is. You can find us anywhere on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all under the same name, Modern Femme-ily. I am on TikTok, the Tickety Talk. I didn't think what it was called. Again, I'm still working on getting up a Modern Femme-ily TikTok account as well. So Molly and I can both upload videos there. And you can find us on WLFE-DB Radio, their website. You can find all of their great shows right on their front page. You can also find us on their Facebook pages, and they have a LGBTQIA plus friends network, so you can find us on there as well, because we fall under the Rainbow Mafia. LGBTQIA plus is a long acronym, and sometimes I'm a bad gay and I forget things, so we'll just use Alphabet Mafia from this point forward. But okay, enough of me gabbering on. You know I can talk. I'm your daughter.
Yeah, I know you can. Get it honestly.
But go ahead, Mom. You have things to say. Yes. And I have tissues ready, so
I have one in my hand.
We'll be running, I'm sure.
Well, first of all, I want to tell you, Cassie, I am very proud of you. Always have been, always will be. When you decide to have children, from day one, they love you unconditionally. And as a parent, I feel, in my heart, in my opinion, you should love that child unconditionally. 100%. No matter what they do, who they love. Granted, they may do things in their life that you want to steer them away from if they're going to be harming themselves. But you love them unconditionally. And that is one thing I hope I convey to you and to Reese. I love you unconditionally, no matter what.
Stop.
Well, I had to get that out. And, like I said, I'm very proud of you. And if your dad was here today, I'm sure he would be too. In fact, I know he is, because he was watching down on the day of your wedding. We have proof of that in the picture. So just love your kids. You only get a one-time shot. Don't let them out of your life.
Yeah.
Don't. Sometimes it takes them a little longer to figure out who they are, and that's okay.
For sure.
Can't all figure it out as soon as we out of high school, let me tell you.
If it were that easy.
Yes,
Lord.
I know. So, and I don't know how else to convey that, and I hope I do convey that to you.
You do.
But, yeah, you're my baby. Now, don't you start, because I think I did pretty good getting through that little spiel I was thinking about all week.
Well, it's so true. Like, unfortunately, I am not the norm, and I mean, what is the norm anyway? But I am not the typical scenario of someone coming out and being loved unconditionally by all of their family, not just, certain family members.
Right.
It's super common, and working in, the bar industry, we often got asked why we were open, Christmas, why we were open Thanksgiving. People didn't have family to go home to.
Yeah.
you know, so they created their own family, and that's where they hung out. And we would have, you know, dinners, and we would, you know, do what seemed to so many to be, you know, weird traditions, but people didn't have home to go to,
Yeah,
you know, so it's heartbreaking.
it is.
You know, I have friends that they haven't spoken to their family in years.
And that's, like I said, that's a shame. I mean,
To me, that's unacceptable.
yes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like I said, when you have a child, they love you unconditionally.
Yeah.
You know, that's your. I just don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't see how you can do that. I really don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
if we have children and they tell me I want to be a T-Rex today and I want to be a dump truck tomorrow, okay. Like, you know, my whole thing is are you harming yourself or anybody else? No?
No.
Okay. Then be you.
Yes.
You know?
you have to be you.
And as hard as it is, and a lot of people, you know, don't have that ability, you know, we have, you know, family members like, you know, I have that, like I said, my mom has always been the mom. When I was in high school and I wasn't out, you know, we were always the house that everybody came to. And, you know, mom was that mom. She took care of, you know, kids making poor life choices when they were in high school.
I would tell them.
You know, and that's carried on, and I can't convey that enough, that, you know, if you're local or you know, want to reach out, you know, we have an email. It's, you know, modernfemily@gmail.com. You know, reach out. You know, I'll pass it on. Absolutely. You know, they're not, you know, the best with technology. They may need help responding, but you know, reach out on Facebook. You know, like they said, you know, free mom and aunt hugs. And, you know, when things go back to normal, you know, I want to take them both to Pride, and I want them to have t-shirts, you know, it says free mom and aunt hugs, or, you know, free dad or uncle hugs. You know, you don't have a family. Okay, fine. I'm your family now. Yeah. You know, we love and accept everybody. I don't care if you're green with purple polka dots. Like, are you a good person? Great. Come on over. You know, we've got a couch, and I have 2 ears and 2 arms to hug and listen. You know, and my family's the same way. So, but did you have anything else that you wanted to get out before I move on to the next topic and get yelled at again?
No, I'll let Aunt Trudy take care of that part. So I'm going to slide over.
We're going to scoot over and bring the other guest back in.
I'm gonna follow up, if I can, with your little spiel you just had about your house and your family. My house is a safe space. Anyone is welcome. I always have coffee to make, water to pour. I might have a little bit of alcohol at the house, just a little. It's on top of my fridge. It's not hidden or anything.
And it goes well in the coffee.
It does go well in the coffee. Yes. Yes, I found a new favorite for my morning coffee, but I don't have it Monday through Friday because I do have a day job. And I do not drink it before I go to work. So yes, my house is a safe space. So if there's anybody out there that needs a place to talk, that just needs a space, needs some food. I mean, for any, you know, not just for the LGBTQIA community, for any reason, our house is a safe space.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's food in the fridge. There's drinks to be had, ears to listen. Although hearing aids, but I can hear better with them.
Sure can. Sometimes that works against us.
Another thing that I wanted to follow up on, but because Kim and Cassie were chatting a lot, that, you know, in the first half, I didn't get in. Cassie was talking about coming from a super conservative family in nowhere, Pennsylvania, and she's not kidding. My aunts and uncles are very conservative, and it made my heart swell to see everybody at her wedding.
Yes.
Yeah.
It did. It just made me happy, because I honestly didn't know if they would go. When Cassie first started talking about her wedding, I right away went to some family members that I thought, oh, I don't think they're gonna go,
I
and that
had
broke
the
my
same
heart.
thought.
It broke my heart because Kim and I are not that way. You know, we don't care. We don't care. You know, you're our family, and you know, sometimes, and not that this is a stupid thing. I'm not saying you're, but sometimes family does stupid stuff and you still love them.
Yeah.
So family is family. Yep. And it just made my heart so full to see my conservative, very conservative family members come to the wedding, and they really enjoyed themselves.
Yeah.
And they've opened their hearts to you and to Reese and have accepted you for who you are.
Yes. Yep.
So
yeah. And in all honesty, I had the same thought. You know, we have several that they're not going to show.
Yeah.
And, you know, honestly, if you're not going to have a good time and you're not going to be accepting and feel the love in the room, stay home. You know, not that I don't want my family there, but
you don't want hatred there either.
Yeah, I don't want the bullshit. Like, to be completely honest, like, stay home. Because that's not what my home and my life and in my relationship is built on. So just stay over there. And I'll stay over here and be the rainbow sheep of the family and be fabulous. You know, just doing my own thing. But yeah, I definitely had the same fear. Well, and last week I didn't touch on really, so like my dad's side of the family. Here, let's scoot and bring mom back in because I didn't even think about talking about this. So I've told you, my dad passed when I was 13, and I didn't see my family a whole lot. Some of them moved out of state, you know, and it was hard, you know, not gonna lie. But I remember getting invited to a picnic, and I was talking to my one aunt, and I told her via Facebook Messenger, like, I don't know if I want to come. I'm gay, and nobody really knows it. And she was like, honey, I'm the black sheep of the family. I don't care. Be gay. Whatever. Be happy. And I was like, well, I'm going to bring my girlfriend to the picnic if I come. And she goes, okay. So we actually showed up. And she pulls me aside and she goes, so before the picnic, I told everybody you were coming and that you're gay. And if they had a problem with it, they could leave.
Good.
And everybody stayed.
I was just going to ask if everybody was there.
Yeah, everybody was there.
They were all at the wedding.
Yes, they were all at the wedding. Yep.
So, yes.
Yeah, so, you know, even being out to, you know, my one side of the family and having all the love and acceptance that I could ever possibly dream of, you know, I still had that fear of coming out to that side of the family because, again, I didn't see them a whole lot. And in my eyes, it sounds horrible. I was like, whatever, I don't see you, you know? But since then, I've spent holidays, you know, weddings. I got ready at my one aunt's house for the wedding because she happened to live closest. Yeah. So, you know, it was an awesome experience. And again, I can't thank you guys enough because I can't even imagine what those people go through.
I'm glad you don't have to go through that. I feel bad for the ones that are.
Right.
But I'm so glad you don't have to go through that.
Yeah, me too. I actually want to put up, hey mom, could you click that comment that says Reese Hunter below the I love you mom?
This one?
Yeah.
Do I just click right here?
Yep.
Tell how much I like computers.
So Reese says being loved unconditionally by all family is sadly not a reality that everyone has. This is why Cassie is the only significant other I have introduced my whole family to.
Aww.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna make me cry again.
You can click that again.
On here?
No.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. She got it.
She got it right
You
earlier.
can't
I'm not
teach
very
her. You can't
technology
teach her.
good there.
I remember when she asked me to go to the first family reunion with her. No, their family reunions are a week long because their family is spread out all up and down the East Coast. So it's a week long, and I was like, you want me to meet your whole family? For
At
a
once?
whole week? All at once? Like,
Am I allowed to drink there?
Is there gonna be alcohol? But she told her mom that she wanted to bring me, and it wasn't like last minute. It was, a couple weeks beforehand. And her mom said, "You've never brought anybody to the family reunions." And her cousins have brought, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, but she never had. And that was the first time I ever met her mom. Now, her mom may be little, but she retired as a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. So
Don't mess
she's a super nice woman.
She really is. Super sweet. But I was terrified. Like, to the point where I said, how do I say hi? Is it ma'am? Is it like lieutenant colonel? Like, what do I address her as? And she, ma'am, shake her hand when you meet her. Well, she met us in the driveway, and I got out of the car, and she scooped me into the biggest hug.
Aww.
And Reese was kind of like, what the hell's going on? What's happening? But then later in that reunion, she had asked her mom, what do you think of Cassie? And she's like, yeah, she seems really nice. Like, it's a little overwhelming. She's meeting everybody for the first time. And Reese said, well, I don't want everybody to meet her when we get married. And her mom was like, oh.
Oh, she didn't know.
Well, we weren't engaged at that point in time.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But Reese's intentions for that was, I want the family to meet her and not be the first time at our wedding.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And her mom was like, oh, so this is serious. Reese's like, yeah, this is like lifetime commitment serious. And since then, golden. Like, even her, she has a very conservative family as well. There are still some that, they tolerate at best. But they've never been anything but nice to me. And now she has 2 older brothers. Her middle older brother, the first thing he said to me at the reunion, and I've known her older brother for a long time. Actually, you want to click that bottom comment, Mom? Literally what I'm about to say. My brother, when we got there, said, if anybody makes you feel any sort of way, let me know and I'll take care of it. And I've known Matt as long as I've known her. So, but we've never had an issue. And her mom calls me before she calls her because she doesn't answer her phone.
I was going to say, she doesn't answer her phone. I do
No.
the same thing.
Yeah. So.
Well, she knows where she's going to get the answers from.
Exactly.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Reese. I love you.
But yeah, so, her family wasn't always accepting, but they've come a long way as well. And almost all of them were at the wedding. Some couldn't for travel restrictions, health reasons, things like that. But, it wasn't anything
Nothing
malicious.
Nothing
Right.
against you guys.
Yep. But so it is 8:53.
I have one more quick thing to say.
Okay, go
Sorry.
ahead. No,
Sorry.
go ahead.
And it's and it is quick.
No, you're fine.
You were sitting here with Cassie to show our support. We're the next generation from Cassie, but I'm not sure that I've ever told you the generation after us. We've talked about the conservative family members, but I can remember my mom, Cassie's Graham, and this was before Cassie came out. I was sitting and having a conversation with my mom, and
I can only imagine
all of a
what this
sudden
is gonna
she
be.
says, "Is Cassie a lesbian?" And I said, I think so. And I said, but she's never told me. I said, but I think she is. And my mom says, well, why doesn't she tell me? I said, I don't know, Mom. Maybe she's not ready to tell everybody yet. And she says, well, I love her no matter what. So I said, you know what? I love her no matter what too. So your Graham loves you no matter what.
And I know. And I love her too, even though some days she drives me absolutely batty. Love you. Yeah. Love you, Grammy. Mean it. You're the world's best, but sometimes, yeah.
I'm sure I drive her crazy too.
Oh, you
sometimes.
do. And I'm sure that I drive you crazy. It's a mutual thing.
She loves the questions that I text her. She does. I know she does. When she came out and we were open about her being a lesbian, I had all these questions because I don't know. And I'm the type of person, if I don't know and I know you well enough, I'm just gonna ask
Yeah.
because I'd rather ask and know than make a fool of myself.
Yep. Well, and in all honesty, I would rather somebody ask me a question than assume or just be left in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had some pretty in-depth conversations with my best friend that you should only have with your best friend. But yeah, I would rather somebody ask than just be like, well, I don't need to know. Well, if you want to ask, you know? So there's that. But we're getting all kinds of love.
Good.
This is awesome. You are awesome people. We love you. But so we are going to wrap up the show. They were already made aware of how we wrap up Modern Family here. And that is with, you know, something you're proud of, something that you are thankful for. Last week my thankfulness was it was Friday and I was over the week. So it could be something simple, something in depth, whatever you want it to be. And I was told earlier, Antory, I'm sorry, but Mom's going first.
You can't steal it.
I'll let you go first. Go ahead. I have two in mind, so go ahead.
Okay.
No, they're
All
gonna
right.
fight over it. Everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go first. I like to go first. I'm the youngest.
And the bossiest.
And the bossiest. People think I'm the oldest. Because I'm more mature.
I never grew up.
Siblings.
My thankfulness, and I think Kim probably knows where we're going. We are a very close family. So my thankfulness comes over the past several years, where my sister comes to my house every week, once a week, and we have coffee before work. It's our coffee hour. Sometimes we talk over each other because we have so much to say, and sometimes we really don't say much at all. But I'm very thankful for our coffee hour once a week. We've over probably 5 years.
I think
I'm gonna
so.
say we've been doing it for 5
At
years.
least.
We've maybe only missed a handful.
Yeah.
COVID was rough. She can go away.
Yeah.
COVID was really rough, so maybe it's been more than a handful, but we'll take away COVID, and it's only been a handful. So I am thankful for our weekly coffee hour.
My turn?
Your turn.
All right.
Was that one of them?
No.
Oh, good.
Oh.
She doesn't love me. She doesn't love me.
No.
All right.
I am going to say I am very thankful to be able to be sitting here with these two lovely ladies. 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I am thankful for my health and the love of these two ladies, along with the rest of my family, that I can sit here and talk to you and have fun. I'm just grateful to be here. I love you guys.
And you expect me to go after that?
Sorry.
Oy. Thanks, Mom.
Well, you said what I'm thankful for. That's one of them.
Oh, I should have had it instead of the language warning. It should have been a tear warning for this episode. Well, first and foremost, I don't know if he is watching, but somebody left their husband at home on his birthday.
I did. I'm sorry, honey. I love you very much. We'll do something tomorrow.
But thank you for letting her come down and hang out with us. And happy birthday if you are watching. If you're not, I'm sure Mom will make you watch this later. But yes, happy birthday, Chuck. I hope you have a great day and a great weekend. But I have been saying it this entire episode, I don't know what I would do without my family. And I'm just going to leave it at that, because apparently you two kickstarted something in my brain that I'm going to be a hot, teary mess now. But I don't know what I would do without you guys. For real. And I love you both. And they have non-smearing lipstick on, so I'm good. But I do. I'm very, very, very thankful. I'll never be able to express it fully. And you mean the world to me. The whole family does. And again, if you don't have family, you've got it right here.
Right here.
We are your family now. And that's anybody, gay, straight, any part of the Rainbow Mafia, you have family here now. So, but it is that time, everybody. So we are going to sign off. But thank you so much for joining. This was an awesome episode. And I'm going to have these two back on, I'm sure, in the future.
I was just going to say,
I
wanna
can't
come
believe
back.
we're done. I can't believe it time's up.
I know.
We're just getting started. We could talk for hours.
Maybe one of these nights we'll do a pop-up live and we'll start super early and just talk for hours.
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay? But thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We love you.
Bye.
And I will see you next week. Have a good weekend.